things here.
Hi. Hi, for people not watching. This is my funeral attire. Chicago baseball is dead.
Should we do an ASMR episode where we're whispering because it's a funeral?
I'm legitimately depressed that Chicago baseball's out of it right now.
Oh, I always.
All right, White Sox fans still rooting for the Brewers. I didn't notice. I mean, I don't have anything against the White Sox on 35th, guys, but I noticed that they became the Rockies on 35th last night.
I saw that.
I mean, I find it hilarious. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay for White Sox to admit they root against the Cubs. I mean, everybody knows it, or not most, but
I wasn't down. I wanted.
I think I'm a little guilty of it the past few days, just because I like to be confrontational a little bit.
Well, I wanted the Cubs to win because I wanted to keep doing fucking shows, you stupid fucks. We wanted the Cubs to win, you dumbass.
What am I looking for? Did you tweet it out yet?
No, you're not. We can just talk about how.
Say Zoe's wearing a tie because baseball is dead.
I want the A's. Here's what I want.
Do you want to save it? Do you want to save it till we're recording?
So we're live?
We're live, but you got to save it. Save those playoff hot takes, Snook.
You know me.
Until we start recording. I'm picking all dogs.
Got a hot mic.
I'm picking all dogs. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Mm-hmm. Unique New York. That's right. Keep sniffing it.
All right. Tweeted it.
There. Oh, yes. Good job, Aldo. Did I say, look at this fancy bitch?
Oh, wait, Nuke, what did you think of that MLB commercial about rewrite the rules?
Oh, I didn't watch it. I saw parts of it. Wait a minute, that was the
If you speak ill,
that was the kid, right? That was.
I'm going to warn you right now. If you speak ill of Ken Griffey Jr. on this show, I will fly to New Jersey, and you will not like it.
I was more of a Jay Buhner fan.
You know what? I'm not surprised.
Said no one ever. I was a Jay Buhner.
Jay Buhner's wife wasn't even a Jay Buhner fan over Ken Griffey Jr.
I think he was. Well, he started the Flavor Saver.
Oh my goodness. I can't. I can't. All right, let's do a show. I gotta get somber.
Did we tweet that out of the?
Yep.
SM? Wheels.
I retweeted it from SM. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, I'm recording now. Ready in 3, 2. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today on Thursday, October 4th, to mourn the loss of baseball in Chicago. Doing the ceremony today will be the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I am your master of ceremonies, Matt Zwoski. They call me Father Zoe. With me, as always, are my two Padres, Aldo Soto.
R.I.P. Albert Elmora fan club.
And Matt Inuko.
I'm about to pour one out for my homies.
So in this episode today, we will be discussing the life and death of 2018 Chicago baseball. We will also, I can't keep in character.
I was a ministry.
It was kind of sad.
What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, October 4th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I'm wearing a tie because it's sad as shit because Chicago baseball is dead. We have a great show for you today. We're going to talk about Addison Russell. He gone. We're going to talk about Joe Madden. And then we're going to we got no choice. We're going to talk about offseason stuff. We're going to talk about potential trades and free agents we see happening here in Chicago. And then I know you're all on your edge of your seats because you really want to know what 3 dudes from different parts of the country think is going to win the MLB playoffs. So we're going to do that for you. It's awesome. So stay tuned. Irish funeral time. Let's tap this keg. As always, the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast is brought to you by Sports Mockery. Make sure you go and download the Sports Mockery app from the Google Play and iTunes App Store. Turn those push notifications on. You will get all the Chicago news in real time. Know what's going on before any of your friends do. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
It's over. That was super anticlimactic. It was like, all right, it's cool. We'll win the division. And then it was like, oh, we'll totally win this wild card game. And then you scored 2 freaking runs in 22 innings.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
No.
Was there a point last night where Cubs fans, I'd say after the 8th, where you were like in panic mode or where you felt like, yep, it's going to happen. We're going to win. We're going to win.
I was in panic mode when the Brewers tied the division on Friday or whatever, or no, on Saturday. What? Mm-hmm. Once the Cubs couldn't sweep the Cardinals and they had to play game 163, it was pretty much hope that you get through because the offense was dead.
I was on the flip side though. I was watching the game and I was fading out around the 8th or 9th inning. Yes, I'm old and I wake up early, and I was fading out. And you know what? I thought to myself when the Cubs tied it up, I was like, this is it. This is Wrigley in October. You know, it's going to be someone.
I felt the same way
that we all expect. It's going to be like a Javi or a Rizzo, or it's going to be actually, you know what? I thought it was going to be Chris Bryant, and I thought it was going to be like, he's back and and he's just
confirmed not back.
Confirmed. Definitely not back. But I thought it was going to be a walk-off situation. I thought it was going to be a walk-off. I thought I was going to wake up in the morning, see all these great walk-off videos. I did not expect the Wrigley Field visitors locker room to get absolutely tore up twice. 2 nights in a row.
2 nights.
2 different teams.
And then have the Brewers tweet it out. I was like, we were going to clean it up, but you didn't need to.
They did the flag tweet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the flag tweet was better. The flag one was, that was, you just got taken out. You got to look at it and then just move on. Yep. However, the whole tearing up the clubhouse thing, the Cubs are like, they're tearing it apart anyway. They're still renovating. They're going to finish renovating.
All right. You are grasping at straws.
No, it's like, oh, okay, no, because the whole thing was like, oh, sorry for tearing up your visitors' clubhouse. It's not like the Cubs are in the visitors' clubhouse. They don't care.
Time out. We almost forgot. We got so carried away, and we're going to get right back into it. We're going to put a little pin in that. Nuke, what's the fancy bitch drink of the week?
Ooh, I'm glad you didn't forget.
I see you're going with a smaller glass this week.
Let me reach. Well, it's a little different, Aldo. This is a little more delicate. This is a Riesling.
You're delicate.
You guys can't even stay near your mic right now.
Oh no!
Hold on. I gotta tell you about it.
You gotta get the full review.
Come on, jeez. Trying to get ad sales here.
Oh my God. No, that was just my bong.
That got some oxidation in there. Expressed some of that flavor. Brought out some of that phenolic beauty of a Riesling. Did you know that Riesling is one of the most diverse grapes?
Okay, and that was the fancy bitch drink of the week. All right, thank you very much. Nuke, what is the brand?
I don't even know. It's from upstate New York. And it's terrible. Oh my God, it's bad. I feel like I'm sucking on like a Jolly Rancher right now. The only reason I'm drinking is because like I'm not letting this go to waste.
There you go.
That's true alcoholic status.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, I kind of like Jolly Ranchers.
Not as a wine. You need nuance. You need tannins.
Can we talk more about the phallic flavor?
It's Phenolic, you
Oh, my bad.
Phenolic.
That one's on me.
You and these shades there,
Hey,
Al.
I'm depressed, okay?
You're in
Depressed. I'm in mourning. Back to the Cubs, and they're no offense.
I mean, I don't even know. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna fire Chili, but they probably should.
They should fire Chili Davis.
I had lots of confidence last night when Javi Baez stroked that double, or it's single. Right? No, it was a double.
Yeah.
To tie the game, I'm like, Wrigley, like you said, Zoe. I was like, there's no way they blow this. And then Ottavino can't find a strike zone.
That pitch, he follows me. He can't throw a strike all inning long. He's throwing wild pitches in the dirt. He falls behind Hayward 2-1, I think, and then he comes back with like his best slider, and then a 97-mile-per-hour like sinking fastball.
In a way,
come on.
I mean,
adrenaline's a hell of a thing, dude.
I was worried. I had to tweet out because I was like, please don't crucify Hayward because he had no shot.
There's no shot because he threw a perfect slider. That's his best pitch. You're gonna be sitting on it, and then he throws a 97-mile-per-hour sinker,
just
like 3 inches off the plate. Come on.
Not his fault. But all right, so.
Oh, by the way, the people bitching about why didn't they use Kyle Schwarber? Kyle Schwarber is the worst. Okay, I know he has all the postseason things, the World Series, 2015, the home runs. I think he has like the record for most postseason home runs for the Cubs. He's been absolutely trash in clutch situations this year. He has like a negative, I think it was like negative 42 WRC plus, like
WRC plus,
the runs created plus stat. Average is 100. He was negative like 42 or negative 60. He's the worst.
Something absurd, right?
Yeah, it was so bad.
In defense here, because I think Hayward was the right call in that situation. And here's why I think Hayward was the right call in that situation. So, yes, Schwarber gives you a better shot at a big fly, okay? And that's what people were thinking, that's craving. But you have a better shot of getting a base hit in that situation. Everyone knows you have way more of a shot of getting a base hit than a home run. Hayward is the way better for average hitter. He gives you a better shot. If you play the numbers, you are more likely to get a base hit out of Hayward than you are a home run out of Schwarber.
And the other thing is, everyone was also complaining, after they did use Schwarber in the 9th to pinch hit, they're like, why didn't they just keep Schwarber in instead of Terrence Gore in left field? I'm pretty sure, I think Kyle Schwarber's back is still fucked up. So I don't think he could have played left field.
Yeah, and I mean, besides that, what was there? Was it a leadoff walk? Or was there one out?
In the 9th?
It doesn't matter because Gore, you saw how fast he was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There may have been 2 outs because they didn't even throw down. I think there may have been
in the 8th inning, it was
Jesus, this is terrible. I should
have
known this. Anyway, but Gore is the right move.
13 innings.
Yeah,
Gore is the right move because
he scored 2 runs in 23 innings.
My favorite tweet of the night, I think, came from like Mike Petriello or somebody. It was like, spoke to a pro scout, gave Gore a 20 rating for hit tool on the 2080 scale. Literally, I think he has 1 hit, and it came against like Max Scherzer.
In his career, he only has like 20 something plate appearances in his career. But yeah, he had like, it was in that, like a doubleheader on a Saturday early in the year.
So all those things that we just brought up are the big things that the Twitterverse and fandoms are chirping on pretty heavily today after the Cubs have been eliminated by the Rockies. And so that led into this whole onslaught of fire Joe Madden tweets. And I know there's people listening to this. That was you. You tweeted that. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. You tweeted it. That's
I did.
Dumb. I'm not even pointing at Nuke. I'm talking about people listening. That's bad.
I'm looking at because I'm wearing sunglasses on, right, Zoe?
Right. You can't tell where I'm looking. It's great. So before we get into Joe Madden, you kind of touched on this earlier, Aldo, and I just want to get to it before we move on. There needs to be a sacrificial lamb Someone's got to pay. There's got to be blood spilled, and it's going to be Chili Davis.
You know what? After listening to Theo Epstein, he talked for like an hour and 11 minutes on Wednesday. I don't think, and it's the whole thing. So Joe Maddon's, he's not getting fired. I don't know why anyone thought that he would. He's coming back. He's not getting a contract extension now.
Which is pretty typical these days.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. The thing is, it's not like, I think there's been other reports where like his side hasn't really like, it's not like he's banging at the door, but like, hey, where's my contract extension? So Who knows? Maybe, I mean, Joe Maddon's like 64. He's going to be 65. Maybe he just wants to do one more year and retire. But whatever it is, the only reason I don't think Chili Davis is going to get fired is going to be, you brought these guys in. You don't want a contract extension, fine. We're not going to fire you. You get to keep your guys for one more year. And then after that, we'll see where it goes.
Absolutely. I think that's the subtext of everything Theo Epstein said today was, yeah, he's our guy. He didn't do anything, egregiously out of control wrong or anything. Like he didn't make any crazy moves last night. He flat
out said, I mean, I hate that we're out on like the second day of October, but that's not on Joe Maddon.
Right.
So, like, he flat out said, I mean, and again, I don't know why you can question him, all the moves that he did during the entire individual games and stuff like that. But for the tiebreaker against the Brewers and then the wild card game against the Rockies, what the hell is he going to do? The offense has like 8 hits total.
It was pretty standard stuff. I mean,
one thing that I really did like from Theo and a lot of actually the players' exit interviews today, they all alluded to the point that they didn't lose the division in these last 2 weeks. They lost this division a couple months ago when they took their foot off the gas.
Yep. I think Baez said it differently, but he got like at the same point after the game where they just weren't focused. They were looking at other teams and they just expected, they're the Cubs. They've won. They've had the most regular season wins since the start of 2015. So you just put on the uniform, we're good. We're just going to win. That didn't happen. They got caught in September. Epstein said it. There's just a lack of urgency. And I guess you can maybe point that at Joe Maddon. But, I mean, it's just the players.
So. I mean, he dealt with so many injuries, too.
Yeah. And, that's the other thing. Everyone like Javi Baez says, we love our manager. Wilson Contreras is the best guy. Kyle Hendricks, Anthony Rizzo said he probably did the best job managing this year. So, I mean, shitty luck. The Brewers are better. That's just the Brewers. The Brewers are better.
As much as it's hard to admit, and the Rockies are damn good too.
And the Rockies are good. I mean, the Cubs won 95 games. Like, right. Epstein said 9 out of 10 times that's good enough to win the division. You don't have to play these crappy coin flip games.
And we all knew going into this how crazy the NL West has been. With Arizona and Colorado and the Dodgers. So. I mean, I think this plays out. Well, one, I wanted to say that I didn't think, from an outsider's perspective who doesn't watch the Cubs very much but pays attention to them, they didn't dominate the way they have in the past all season. It was kind of, I felt like there was like let's see what kind of happens today. And they won a lot, of course. I mean, 95 games, but it was never like automatic. You never had that kind of confidence in them. Nobody got rolling. We talked about it on the show several times during the summer where Baez was carrying the team and nobody else was hitting. Part of it. You'd have these lopsided blowouts here and there. But as far as Maddon goes, again, we've said it here. I don't think there's anything egregious that he's done or obvious that sets him out in like no man's land or out in left field without, any help. But because it's his last year next year, what if I think there's kind of this like not a game to game, but like a month to month kind of like reevaluation of how things go? Because do you think the front office lets another season slip out of control or kind of linger like it did last year? Or do you think if it gets into like May, June and the Cubs aren't doing what they're supposed to and Maddon's not, rallying the troops like he used to, do you get rid of him?
That's why I hate that they like. I'm not saying like I think Theo and Jed they're signed through 2021, and that's where most of the core guys are signed through, like Brian, Rizzo, Baez, Contreras. So like they're pretty much signed through, And like, if there ever was a contract extension for Madden, you'd think like it would also run congruent with their contracts.
Right.
But even if they just give him one more year, like if they give him 2020, I'd be completely fine with that. But like, and I hate that they haven't, like, there's no conversation at all, because it does create that question for next year. What if they get off to another slow start? You're gonna have the questions again. They're gonna start asking the players, "Hey, like, how was the whole clubhouse thing?" And it's gonna be career crappy again.
Do you think Madden doesn't want to sign an extension because he knows the White Sox are going to win the World Series in 2020?
He's waiting for that job.
Yes,
they're waiting for that.
He's
waiting for the White Sox to fire Ricky to bring him in.
When I was seeing all these fire Joe Madden tweets, all I kept thinking was, just come on down south, bro. You don't even got to move. You could just take a little longer commute.
The White Sox are going to hire AJ.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, no, please.
Straight from the broadcast booth to
no.
And Hawk will come back. Hawk will come back.
Hey,
Omar.
Aaron Boone from the broadcast booth to the Yankees.
Oh, no. Can we talk about him?
No.
Aaron Boone.
No one cares.
My Yankee friends over here are just like, they light him on fire on Tuesday, build a statue of him on Thursday. It's like
definitely doesn't sound like the Cubs fan base. So Joe Madden's staying. You know who's not staying? Segue, Addison Russell. So,
yep.
Major League Baseball threw down a 40-game hammer. It's prorated. So he's already served like 7 games of it or something.
More than that.
Yeah, he got time served. But 40 games suspension for him. He is in an arbitration year, so I think we all agree they're just going to non-tender him, just not offer him any contract and just let him walk this summer. They got to, right? They have to.
I think
Do you think so?
Here's the thing. I completely thought so before. Like Theo does a great job communicating. He was completely honest. That's what I love about he was accountable for fucking up Tyler Chatwood, that disaster of a signing.
Mm-hmm.
For just I don't know what the hell that was.
I just feel the need for a push notification right now. Tyler
Chatwood still sucks.
That actually would kind of be funny.
Just drop it in the middle of December. Tyler Chatwood still can't throw a strike.
Yeah.
Or no, that'll be when he throws his first strike in spring training. Tyler Chatwood threw a strike.
That should just be that should be the title of any article about him ever. Everybody will click on that.
But seriously, although just do a random one. Just please, in like December, January, just do a random one. But anyways, go ahead.
On a slow day, on a slow news day. After the Bears clinched the division.
Of course.
Let's see. He was he was non-committal. They straight up asked him, will Addison Russell play again for the Cubs? He said, I don't know.
Should have been a hard no.
It should have been a hard no, and then he went off the whole, we have to reach out to the victim. She deserves the support. We have to get better at this. But then he also said, we also have to reach out to Russell and get him the help. And I think that's part of the whole suspension. And they also go, I don't know, they get some sort of therapy or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was not. I mean, I don't. There's
but
no way.
But the fact that he came out and said the fact that he came out and said I don't know tells you something.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. The rest of his press conference and like the way the offense struggled, how it was basically crap after the All-Star break, and he pretty much said, we're at the point where we can't evaluate these players on the talent they have. We have to evaluate them on the results that they've given. Addison Russell's been bad for the last 2 years. So I just don't see how they justify bringing him back, one, on just results based, and two, the domestic violence allegations. Why do you want that? And then Theo went out the next level. He's like, there's a part like we have the responsibility to like show our fans that like we somewhat care about these things. And like, how do you say that and then welcome him back next year like nothing happened?
You can't brick on this, Theo. Dude, you brought in Chapman. Okay. Get that. Now you know this about Addy. This whole
I don't think he's coming back.
Beating around. I don't think he's coming back either, but the fact that he's beating around the bush about it doesn't sit really great with me. They don't give 40 games to innocent men. They found some distinctive evidence to give him 40 games.
But it's not 80 games.
Because there's no police report.
There's no police report.
That's the other thing. I don't know why people are surprised. First of all, if Major League Baseball cared, they would be like, these guys are done for the year or whatever.
Or yeah.
Like, it would be like they're doing it just for PR purposes. It's like, you know, we can't let the public see, like, they have these guys who have these allegations and be like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. So we have to, and they can't treat it in a criminal case because they're a league. They can't arrest anyone.
Right. There's no judge.
Yeah. So they just have to do it on their own level. And it sucks, but that's what it is. It's just a PR for them. It's like, all right, hey, we have this guy. This is a bad look. We can't let this be representative of our league. Here's your 40-game suspension.
The social justice warriors on Twitter will go absolutely fucking bananas if Addison Russell ever wears a Cubs jersey again.
I don't think he will though. So
no, but this is something we should look into just for getting the facts right. I'm not sure that they can non-tender him in the off season. Because that would nullify his whole suspension. It could basically just take him out of the league. And if it does, if no other team touches him or one team does, it would come with that 40-game suspension. I wonder if he has to serve it out and then, but there has to be something. I don't know.
I feel like I think it goes the same. Like if a guy's suspended for PEDs and if he's just not on a team, it just.
Yeah, but typically what that happens is like if they don't want him back, like after the point where it's like you can't release a player when they're injured.
Yeah.
Which is different, but at the same time it's like, okay, when you're on suspension, you can't necessarily take action on him. So I wonder, not that we'll ever see him in another Cubs uniform, but on that day, it may just be he has not necessarily a non-tender, but it'll be he was designated for assignment, thrown out on waivers.
I mean, the way people are talking, and I mean, obviously, I don't know if they looked it up right. It's like, why haven't the Cubs just cut him yet? So I don't know if they have to go through a certain process.
That's emotion. Yeah, when Nuke lays it out like that, I think you're right, Nuke. I don't think it's. Yeah, I think he's got to do the time served. We'll look it up. We're all about facts here, but in my opinion, put him in a fucking rocket and shoot him to the moon. I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let me just play devil's advocate here. I agree with you, but do you think Theo just ditches an asset like that? And not to say that he's anything truly valuable, but that I know, but he's still something. Do you think another team even touches him? I mean, look at Ozuna.
He's going to get. Someone's going to sign him. I don't. Right. Here's the thing. Okay, people are going to get mad that like why aren't the Cubs going to cut him? They're good. They whatever it is. It's still a business. It sucks that that's how it works, but it is.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to try to get something for him.
Right.
And if that doesn't happen.
And that's why the DFA makes sense. Because if he clears waivers, he just goes to AAA.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think that he's ever going to play for the Cubs again. If he clears waivers, he's just going to be gone. They're just going to be like, bye. I don't think he's ever going to wear any Cubs uniform ever again.
So, in his absence, let's get on to
Manny Machado.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at where we think how the Cubs are going to line up next year. Because now you got to imagine after an extended offseason that's kind of unexpected, you'll get a full Chris Bryant back next year.
No, Theo said no shoulder surgery, so let's cross our fingers that actually.
Yeah. And then, so he's your third baseman. You throw.
Is he? He looks good in left field.
Hey, for all the crap that the Cubs get for having the worst left fielders, they sure do have a lot of guys who just throw everybody out.
Right.
So
go ahead.
Okay, let's start here. Do you keep Daniel Murphy?
No, gone.
What?
Dude, look at that shit. Dude, look at his splits, dude. After like 2 games with the Cubs, he went to absolute trash.
Yeah, but he's got years of quality stuff. He what does he have? 1 more year? Just an option year?
He's a free agent. He's gone.
Oh, he's
Adios.
A free agent?
Bye bye.
See you later.
Okay.
He was good for 2 weeks and then September came.
So now you have an opening at second base. So are you moving Javi back to his natural position?
Well, it depends if they sign Manny.
Okay, okay. So your shortstop, we know what happened to the former shortstop. So now, is that the move?
It's either Manny or Bryce.
Okay, let's. All right, let's say they go Bryce. Who's your shortstop?
Javi.
I think that, yeah, and I agree with you. And I think they go Bryce hard. And they go hard Bryce.
And then at second base, they're in a crappy situation because
find someone.
Ben Zobrist's going to be your starting second baseman, but he's also going to be 38 years old.
Yeah.
So not ideal, but you still have. It depends the other moves. I mean, you'll still have Ian Happ. I don't know. Maybe he gets traded after they sign Harper. If they sign Harper, Tom LaStella, he's played second base, I guess. They have David Bodie.
You got lots of options.
So
David Bodie is basically Addison Russell, but with power. He really struggled after his first 2 months. He really sucked in September, but that he plays great defense, so you can stick him anywhere in the infield. So there's your backup second baseman, David Bodie.
David Bodie, and then who's your Schwarber everyday left fielder?
Yeah.
Okay. Bryson Wright?
Yeah. Hayward in center.
Hayward in center.
Yes. Dude, you can't not put him out there.
Oh, here. Okay, this is the dream scenario. Are you guys ready? So we're operating under the assumption that Jason... Are you guys ready? No, are you guys ready? We're operating under the assumption that the Cubs, they don't care about the luxury tax. Obviously, they don't. They're going to go in for Machado or Harper. They don't care about the luxury tax. That's why they stayed under this year. What if they somehow get rid of Hayward? They eat some of his contract, but he's gone. And then the Cubs can go for Hayward and Machado. Because you're still paying part of Hayward's contract, but you're not paying all of it.
Wait, Harper and Machado?
Yes, because you're getting rid of Hayward. Because Hayward's he has 100.
Creating a wash.
Yeah, because it's 20. I think Hayward still has 5 years, 100 million left, something like that. So it's 20 million a year. All right, Machado or one of them, they're going to be getting between 25 and 30 million a year.
I will say this right now. If that does magically happen, I will say on the show that it's Theo's league.
Yeah.
Because if he pulls that off, he's the best GM in the history of fucking baseball.
Now, I don't know who the hell would take
either the best
Jason
or the most
Hayward.
irresponsible.
I don't know who the hell's taking Jason Hayward and his giant contract, but
the Venn diagram of, you like my finger Venn diagram? The Venn diagram.
That looks like a lot of things, not a Venn diagram.
Good point. The Venn diagram of
it looks better with your sunglasses on.
The Venn diagram of being a good GM and being irresponsible is
take that away. Stop.
Very much. But if he pulls that off, that would be the most ridiculous offseason maybe in the history of Major League Baseball.
I mean, I don't even. Is there a comparison to make with any team? Maybe the Yankees from a few years ago, and they were terrible.
What was Matt Kemp making when he got traded from Atlanta back to the Dodgers?
Too much.
Because wasn't that something stupid, and the Dodgers were just trying to trade him right away anyway?
Yeah, they were trying to flip him, and he became this incredible player this year.
However, I think that was only 1 year, so obviously that's different because Hayward still has 5 years.
I thought it was mid-20s. I thought he was making mid-20s.
So...
just to interrupt here, very good friend of the show, Matt Eastman, wanted me to ask you, Aldo. So the Cubs lost 2 games to the White Sox this season. If they won either of those, they would have won the division, wouldn't they?
The Cubs also came back 10-2 when it was freezing rain at Wrigley Field, so they could have just lost the division. There's the Cubs. Oh, Theo Epstein brought up the stat in his press conference, and it was depressing as hell. It was depressing and it was unbelievable because of all the games that the Cubs only scored 1 run or got shut out. The Cubs were 37-13 in the second half when they scored just 2 runs. They're 24 games above 500, just scoring 2 runs. Just do that one more time and they just win the division.
Win the division. It's a funny fucking game, isn't it?
That's why
All right,
all
sorry.
162 games matter.
Yeah,
They do.
walk away with that shit.
He's just like swatting me away like a fly.
Yeah.
Like,
Let the kids play. Watch the Ken Griffey Jr. commercial.
That was a direct slap in the face to Nuke.
Going hats backward.
It's like
Wait, no, we should do this
listen
live
to our podcast
right now.
Actually,
Nuke,
yeah.
don't look up
P.S.
that video.
Can we talk about that stupid bat flip that Contreras did for an F8?
No,
Thank you.
because you need to watch the Ken Griffey Jr. commercial live on the show.
Do it. Look it up right now.
No, I saw it. I saw Arenado's bloody head on it, and
No, you have to see the whole thing.
Let the kids play.
Let the kids play. Get off my lawn.
Let the kids play, dude.
Get off my lawn, Zoe.
I thought it was a fantastic commercial.
However, I don't think according to Bleacher Report, I don't think the Cubs are going to get Bryce Harper because who's gonna get him nuking? So
overexcited Zoe is ready to be disappointed. The White Sox are the dark horse for Bryce.
Whoever wrote that needs to
let's
delete
go.
their account.
Hey, it worked. We're talking about it.
Let's go.
Oh my God, yeah.
Let's go. Open checkbook. Hans said
Hey, guess what? Go ahead. Let's sign Bryce Harper, and then we can trade Eloy Jimenez.
No.
Because where's Eloy going to play?
Left.
Put him in the left?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where Eloy is going to play anyway. Bryce Harper's going to be in right, and then you have Luis Robert waiting in center field.
Adam Engel in center.
Adam Engel plays placeholder for Lou Bob.
Adam Engel. Okay, here's the name that I saw. Adam Engel was more clutch than Kyle Schwarber this year in clutch situations.
Well,
he was better offensively.
That's just flat out mean. Although you did not have to be mean to Kyle like that.
That's why he didn't bat with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Kyle, I'm sorry that my friend Aldo was so mean to you right now. That was mean. So
what are you talking about? Adam Engel's great. We're building a statue for him.
Get off Adam Engel's sack. Just detach yourself.
Do you think the statue is going to have a Superman cape? I
don't know. He's going to have fucking
Man of Steel.
They're going to go to a local bowling alley and bronze 2 bowling balls and just stick it between his legs because apparently he's got balls of steel down there.
Where are we going to put Daniel Polka if we get Bryce Harper?
On 108.
Just put him in the 108.
I thought you were talking about his statue. I thought you were talking about his statue.
Oh, yeah. Polka statue definitely goes in section 108. But for the meantime, he's the DH. Jose finds the fountain of youth. Little sun, little cocktail, maybe get a testicle to drop. And then he's back playing first base.
I don't think we talked about it.
The Gabe Kapler die is gonna sun his balls.
Yes.
I don't think we talked about it, but poor Jose, he had another infection on his inner thigh.
He's just not doing it. His nether regions have seen better days.
Anything covered by the unmentionables.
Yes.
For him.
So you got him playing first, looking all bronze and dapper. You got a rejuvenated Yo-Yo. Breaking news, and I was laughing my ass off. Did you see his exit interview, Nuke?
No.
Did you read any of it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
This season made him realize he has to work hard in the offseason.
No! I mean, hey.
Breaking news.
I'm not even going to make fun of that because you get that from – this was his first full year in the major leagues. It sounds stupid. It sounds stupid.
It sounds really
that
dumb.
you're a professional athlete. It's like, hey, I got to work hard. But, I mean – you got
a Yo-Yo coming back who just worked his ass off. I'm talking Rocky montage style all off season. He's picking up logs and shit. He's doing fighting meat and shit. And then
he's fighting meat.
Shortstop
in Philly with Nuke.
Yeah, there you go. Shortstop. You got
he's with Jose Abreu beating meat.
That might be the funniest thing you've said on this show. That was awesome. But then shortstop, you got TA, who looked progressively better as the season went on. He actually looked like a freaking major league shortstop. Third base, now we got a little question.
Yolmer.
Yeah, I do love Yolmer.
Matt Davidson?
Matt Davidson. I think there's serious questions about Matt Davidson this offseason.
Matty D, I'm fortunate. Dude, this bullpen shit. All right, that's got.
Oh wait, yes. Let's talk about this.
That got
such a joke.
That got a little. That got a little out of hand. Okay, he's dead serious. He wants to be.
Guys, no, do you know why he's dead serious? Because he knows that he's not going to survive.
Yes, exactly.
He knows he's not going to survive as an MLB hitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wants to be a Otani, or what's the dude's name?
Yeah, Otani.
Otani, yeah.
And listen, I admire the White Sox beat writers, but they kept going with it. It's like
it was a pretty slow end of the season, dude.
Breath.
You're a journalist, you know. You got to fill spaces on that paper.
You can't find anything. I mean, well, all right. I know. I'll give it to them, but still, you don't have to push that hard.
I just wanted to be credited.
It's like Matty D was walking around the clubhouse saying, "Hey guys, you want to hear about my? I'll talk to you. I'll give you a comment. I'll tell you how I went."
Aren't they going to have like a serious meeting about it or whatever?
Yes, like they're actually considering this shit.
You know what? He blows 94 off the mound, which is surprising, but he's just no.
Weird shit's happening.
I want to see it. That would
Kenley Jansen. Kenley Jansen was a catcher.
I mean, we've seen it before, where you have guys who
are,
I think Pedro Strop was like a shortstop.
Went the other way.
Right. Well, that's right.
I mean,
Contreras was a third baseman.
A lot.
Yeah. Picked up a glove, catcher's glove.
I mean, a lot of these guys can do this stuff.
Like you said, he does. He's over 90 on the bump. That'll get you in the major leagues.
Now,
Nuke is going to have the confused gif when he sees a position player in Davidson pitching. He's going to be like, wait.
He's got a decent curveball.
I was just going to say he's got a pretty good 12-6 hammer, bud.
Otherwise, 94 is just 94. I mean, think about it. You know, when
moves.
You got...
It moves.
Does it?
Yeah, not enough.
No.
Not enough.
12-6 hammer, buddy. But
come on, Nuke. You want to see it happen.
They're gonna give it a shot.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see? Matt Davidson go out there, play like 100 games, bet 220, or have him see if he can actually be a decent relief?
I think he's a fringe player in spring training, and he's at risk.
Ooh, baby.
I mean, maybe you give him some innings, but you got to blow the doors off people.
Right.
Serious stuff.
He's got a couple solid months now to really work on it. And
true. But you know what else too? He's not built like a pitcher. He's built like a power hitter. Like when you look at Hader, he doesn't look like a compact, strong. Oh, stop! A compact little like meatball, right?
I mean, okay. I think Bartolo Colon has proven that you don't have to look like anything to be a major league pitcher.
Bartolo Colon used to blow 101 on the guy.
He's still pitching, like throwing 85 miles per hour. He weighs like 375 pounds.
Talk about putting butts in the seats.
He hits bombs too.
Literally. What if the White Sox signed him?
No,
they got to fill that pitching spot.
People forget Bartolo Colon used to pitch for the White Sox. I think he won 20 games.
Two separate times.
Did he? Twice? Yeah. I don't remember the first time. So they got semi
White Sox.
They got almost fat Bartolo and then fat Bartolo.
Yep.
Did they ever get fat Bartolo?
And little known, Bartolo actually has 7 kids on the south side of Chicago.
his fourth and fifth families.
Yes.
Oh God. Stop.
So yeah, probably Omar at third.
Gotta be Omar at third.
Wait. What happened to signing Manny? Oh wait, they're gonna sign Bryce.
No, Manny goes to the Cubs. Bryce comes to the White Sox.
Okay.
Big offseason in Chicago.
We talked about it before the show. How like the whole narrative during the year was how Bryce Harper sucked. Like, what's going to be the reaction if that somehow happens? The Cubs signed Manny Machado, who the White Sox fans have wanted for like the last year and a half, and then they get Bryce Harper, the perceived coming off a bad year, the perceived. Like, for some reason, people think he's not a good clubhouse guy. I don't think I've ever seen anything negative on him.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
Dugout.
That was Papelbon, I guess.
Speaking for the White Sox delegation here, if Bryce Harper comes to the South Side, White Sox fans will embrace the shit out of him.
He's not gritty. I
actually agree with that.
Not gritty. He's too Hollywood with his hair flipped. He's a pretty boy.
No, but I think he's a baller and he's a bro.
He is.
I think he plays hard. He does play hard.
And he likes hockey and he likes beer. And yeah.
Do you think the 108 embraces him?
Oh, without a doubt. With open arms.
Are they going to betray Polka like that?
No, they'll just share it.
That's day one stuff. Polka's going to pull him aside and be like, listen, bro, you're going to be playing right field. Right behind you is section 108. let me show you what these guys put together this season. And Polka is – I'm excited about Polka as the DH. I'm excited. I think it's a great fit. I think he is the mold of the modern American League DH.
Modern American.
And I don't know. That's the other news for the White Sox. Who threw the bullpen session? There's so many damn
Dane
things.
Dunning.
Dane Dunning.
Coming back from Tommy John, right?
No, he didn't have to have Tommy John. It was only a sprain.
Oh.
So he's been shut down since the middle of June now.
Oh, it's been 2 weeks, but I've been holding this to, give to you, Nuke, the whole time. Since Kopech has had his Tommy John surgery, he has not been on Instagram at all. And he's not been on his girlfriend's Instagram at all.
Looks like somebody listened to the show.
It's almost as if he is healing appropriately after having a good time with his girlfriend before he had surgery.
No. He listened. His dad listened to the show. He's like, hey, son.
Shout out Kopech's dad.
Yeah,
shout out Kopech's dad.
Nuke. We have this guy Nuke. He's on your ass. You gotta lay low.
His dad probably called him and say, hey, in that slow Texas draw.
Yep.
Probably say, hey, you gotta listen to this guy. I still have this picture of him and Vanessa Morgan at that L'Oreal Paris thing in front of like the wall of roses. Him all dressed up and like.
Why do you have that picture?
Yeah, why do you have that?
I don't know. I've been meaning to tweet it out. I've been meaning to write something about it like 3 weeks ago, and I never did. And I'm
talk about beating the meat.
I'm lying. I have it as my desktop, wallpaper, and so like Kopech can stare back at me.
And now he's done LeBron's Dark Zero or whatever.
What
social media silence?
Zero? Or is it
Zero Dark
30-23?
Yes, there you go. Thank you.
No. No, Kopech's been active. He's been on his boy Mahomes.
Wow.
What is he
tweeting about him?
Yeah. What a traitor, Trubisky. I don't know, something.
6 tutties.
Where's
there's no
Texas?
What?
Where's Kopech from?
There's been no Instagram. Mahomes is from Texas. There's no Instagram. All that shit stopped.
Maybe he listened.
He's healing up.
All credit to Nuke. White Sox fans thank Nuke.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So the big story though for the White Sox going in next season is obviously going to be
that they're bad.
Beloy.
That's right. I'm sorry. I have to get my jokes off here. I have nothing, guys. The Cubs are dead.
He's deflecting, Nuke. Just let him deflect.
I was going to say, somebody get him another Modelo.
Yeah, he's deflecting. He's taking his Cubs anger and deflecting it onto White Sox.
I had the perfect joke too. If the Cubs could have actually scored 2 runs, if they could have scored that second run, I was going to be like, the good thing about the division tiebreaker is that most White Sox fans can just put on their Brewers hat again. Because they play again in the NLDS.
Oh, okay.
Burn.
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. And holster that sick burn. But save it.
They couldn't score a second run.
Every one of your jokes is so much better with these sunglasses on.
And the tie. Don't deny the tie.
The tie is underrated.
Does the tie match the tint on the glasses? Like, do you have blue tint?
Negative.
Are they polarized?
So Eloy?
Are they from CVS?
No, these are actually.
Are there any other free agents that the White Sox are going to try to go for?
Open checkbook, bro. They're going to go and sign.
Okay, Rick.
They're going to go sign the king of the bros, and then they need pitching.
They got to get one
another arm. I don't think Big Game James is coming back.
So they probably need 2. God forbid. Does anybody want to see Dylan Covey throw another game in Chicago?
Oh, wait, Nuke, let's talk about this. Lucas Giolito, we got on Moncada for his year. Lucas Giolito, I think, finished with the worst ERA in baseball.
Yeah, his year kind of went like shit. Hey, he's not bad. Halfway decent. Back to shit.
Yeah.
Like, he got us excited for a month. What was it, July?
Oh, okay, yeah. I think, here we go. Who are you more confident in going forward? Yoan Moncada or Lucas Giolito?
That's actually kind of tough.
I asked the tough questions, boys.
With what? I lost you for a minute. Who am I more confident with?
Yeah, more confident going forward. Giolito or Moncada?
Ooh.
Yes, that's a tough.
That is a tough
Although
one.
with the hard-hitting questions,
Well,
I'm kind of
well,
just waiting for Nuke to answer so
But
I can
that's
answer the opposite.
but it's not because I don't have any confidence in either. I have a lot of confidence in both of them.
Oh,
I have,
wow. What a cop out. What was that?
I have no. I have more. I have a lot in Moncada because as a position player, I kind of understand a little bit of what he's going through and what he has to figure out and where he has to improve. But Giolito, I love. To me, he's a thinker. Like you can hear it in his post game comments. He's smart. He's articulate. He's sharp. He understands how to pitch. He's got stuff. So he's got all that together and just got to go out. But if I had to go, oh geez, man, I don't know.
I'm gonna
It's
say
not
yo-yo.
Like,
if I
I don't,
that
like,
I would
how
say
would you
yo-yo.
quantify it? Like,
I'm saying yo-yo.
But why?
I'm just saying
because
better.
I think you're right.
I think just
Go
better
ahead.
career, like you said. I think it was his first full season. I think he has.
he's going to work hard now.
Yes, he's going to work hard now, and I just think he's a better athlete, and I think he has a higher ceiling than Gio does. And
Pitchers are not athletes.
stop it. But I just think that once he figures it out and he becomes the 4 or 5 tool player that was expected to him to be, then you start talking about all-star. Where I think Gio tops out as like a 3 or 4.
See, I don't. I think Giolito is still a 1, could be a 1, has 1 stuff. Here's what happens. It can take longer for a pitcher to show that kind of stuff because they only pitch once every 5 days. Position players, if it takes like 6 years for a position player to figure it out, like Avi, I mean, you're kind of like, we've waited too long. You're kind of getting into your prime and you're just starting to figure it out. Then the goal, the really good years might only be, are very shortened. I don't know. Oh, man, I don't know. Who do I have more confidence in going forward? I got to go opposite. I got to go Giolito.
Today, Junior.
I got to go Giolito.
All right, so because Nuke is super decisive right now, let's get into our playoff predictions. Bring it on home. We'll start in.
You guys want to do series by series?
We'll go America. Yeah, we'll go just quick though, because
all right, let's see.
We don't need this to be a 2-hour show.
Are the Yankees winning?
Yeah, Yankees are looking pretty darn good right now. Runner on third, no outs. They're up 3-0. Bottom of the 6th.
All right, so we're gonna jinx the Yankees. Yankees are gonna win the wild card game
for sure. So I was gonna start with. Let's start with the one that's set already. The Indians and Astros. Astros got home field. Start with Nuke.
Indians and Astros?
Yep.
Astros.
I'll go Indians.
I'm going Indians as well.
Really? With Houston's starting pitching?
Cleveland's not too shabby either.
No,
yeah, Cleveland's got pretty good pitching. I just
Verlander, Keuchel, and McCullers.
I like Lindor.
I'm also a big Lindor fan.
And who's the other guy that they have who just had a crazy year? Like 30 home runs, 50 doubles.
Jason Kipnis?
No, it's their third baseman, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Santana? That guy had a crazy year. Give it Indians.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna jinx the Yankees.
Are they in Houston though? Is that series in Houston?
Home field Houston, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely Houston.
All right, so jinx the Yankees, Red Sox, super rival series.
Oh baby.
Boston's got home field. Where we go?
Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
Boston's a fucking unit. I'm going Boston. And they don't bunt, so they're probably going to win it all.
So then
we got the Braves and the Dodgers.
Dodgers, so like good.
But Dodgers,
this series, I think this is going to be the best series. I easily think this is going to be
one of the fun. To me, one of the most fun to watch.
Yes.
Because the Braves are sneaky good.
The Braves remind me, like this year's Braves remind me of the 2015 Cubs. Just like came out of nowhere. Or not came out of nowhere, but they just exceeded expectations. They became a playoff team like maybe a year early. They have a lot of young, fun players.
I think the Braves, I don't even think they were a year away. I think they were like still like 3-4 years away, maybe 2. And they just came out of nowhere with this pitching staff and Acuna and Albies and Freeman, of course, leading the whole thing. Nick Markakis is still raking.
I'm going to go Braves shock the world.
Ooh, okay.
That's a fun one.
And you know why I want the Braves to win? 2-parter. One, like you guys said, super fun young team. Like the energy. Let the kids play. And 2, Dodgers get embarrassed, blow it up. Easier for Machado to walk.
To the Cubs. Okay. Love it.
That's fine by me. I'm good. So, yeah, and then we got Milwaukee, Colorado in the series that the Cubs are not in.
Rockies.
So,
shut.
I want to go last on this one.
Rockies.
You going Rockies?
He's just salty as shit.
The Brewers are so okay. If the Cubs could have scored a second run against the Rockies, the Cubs would have been favored against the Brewers. The Brewers have like 2 starting pitchers and like 4 relievers who aren't going to be able to pitch 4 innings every game.
But they have the MVP.
They do have the MVP.
Walk around him. I don't know why the Cubs didn't do that either.
Joe Madden, fire him.
So I'm going to go Milwaukee because they're coming in this shit. I think they're like arguably the hottest team in baseball.
They are. I think they've won 8 in a row.
You say that so matter-of-factly.
If the Cardinals could have just beaten them one fucking time. The Cardinals have fuck the Cardinals, dude.
Ooh.
So we're getting him back into that zone he was in last night.
Yeah.
Or this morning at about 2 a.m.
Yep. So
I don't even think the game didn't even end that late. I think it was like.
I wish you were in Chicago. I could use some of this salt for my drink. Just come on in.
For his frosé.
For my frozen. Oh,
I think we can all agree that the National League is just better than the American League this year.
We have to wager on this, right? For the drinks.
For the drinks.
What are we going to wager?
For the drinks. Maybe we can add that in a tweet so that way we can set the terms. So we don't have to waste time on the show. But we will figure that out.
So the next round in the AL, I
didn't even get to choose.
Oh, yeah. You have to go Rockies Brewers.
Today, Junior.
I'm going to go Brewers.
Okay.
They're my team in the playoffs.
So the next round, I have Cleveland playing Boston. I think Aldo does too.
Yep.
And I will repeat myself. Boston is a fucking unit, and Boston is going to win that series.
Nuke, who do you have? You have Houston and Boston.
Yes, I got Houston, Boston, and I got Houston winning.
Ooh. I'll go Cleveland.
Oh my goodness, you guys are
wow. We got 3 different teams there.
You guys are discouraged. You are deranged human beings.
Are you keeping track of this though?
It's all up here.
All right, so now
you get.
So Zoe has the Braves against the Brewers. So who do you got there?
I have the Braves Brewers. I'm going to go Braves.
And then Nuke, you have the Brewers and the Dodgers.
Brewers, Dodgers. I'm going Dodgers.
Okay, I have the Rockies and the Dodgers. I'll go Rockies. So it's going to make the most meaningless World Series ever. The Indians against the Rockies.
The Indians.
Congratulations, Major League Baseball. You have your 2 teams no one cares about.
So salty.
I would love it if the A's mounted a comeback and
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah.
Through.
Well, they got second and now the Yankees have second and third, no outs. Volt is at bat with a full count, still top of 6.
I want to cheer for the A's, but they just have no starting pitching.
Volt. Did I say Volt? It's Voight. I can't read with these damn glasses on. Leave me alone.
I was like, who is that? Like the
looks like an elf.
Kid's character Bolt? Is that Bolt?
Darkness.
Usain Bolt is playing with the A's. Huh?
All right, so I got a Boston Atlanta World Series, which would be hot.
No, that would be good. I would not. Really?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All the young players in Boston.
All the studs. Boston's winning the World Series, fellas. Book it.
No, well, maybe.
So do you have Houston back to back?
I got Houston, LA.
Ooh, a rematch.
Houston, LA.
Round 2.
And I got LA getting the monkey off their back.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then Tommy Lasorda unfortunately croaks.
I have the Rockies beating the Indians. And
You think the Rockies are going to win the World? Do you just want the Rockies to win the World Series because they're the team that knocked out the Cubs?
No, I don't care. I
don't disagree with you though. They look good. They can hit.
Send some of that shit to your boy in Chicago. Whatever the hell you two are smoking. There's no way the Rockies are winning the World Series.
No, I mean, if my real answer here is the Red Sox. The Red Sox were like the 2016 Cubs. They just dominated. Their offense is unbelievable.
Well, you can talk right, and don't we usually say that on most occasions for the American League?
Hold on. You guys got me.
When's the last time that we actually
fucked up now?
Talk about the strength of an NL team? It was LA maybe last year, but everybody knew Houston had a better team. You know, you've always got the Red Sox and the Yankees who are powerhouses.
All right, Nuke. I got Boston winning the World Series. Boston wins the World Series. I will drink a whole bottle of rosé on this show.
No, I get to choose.
No. Well, okay, fine. You can pick a wine.
Nuke, pick that wine you're drinking right now that you said sucks.
Yeah,
pick a wine. Riesling from upstate New York.
A wine under $30 that I can get in Chicago.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe you'll be blessed, and one will just appear on your doorstep.
Yep. All right, fair enough. And then
Nuke has to drink Miller.
Yeah, what team do you got, Nuke, winning the World Series?
LA.
I got LA.
All right. So
which I definitely lost.
If Boston wins and LA doesn't, the World Series. We're talking about winning it all, and the Yankees are up 6-0 now.
They're good.
So if I win this bet, Boston wins, LA doesn't win the World Series. So I will pick out a shit beer for you to drink on the show.
What if
be shit?
What if both of you don't win?
Because I drink shit beer, dude.
You drink Scud Light.
Yes. That's like my celebratory beer.
And then the champagne of beers.
You're getting natties mailed.
What does your wife say when you just fart next to her all night after drinking Scud Light?
I'm a gentleman. I lift the blanket up. So I'm going to mail you a 6-pack of Natty Ice. And you have to drink the Natty Ice that's been mailed to you from Chicago.
The whole 6-pack over the course of the show?
Well, yeah. If Zoe's gonna drink 750 milliliters of wine,
a full bottle of wine, it's gonna be a long show.
I'll give you 3 beers during the course of the show.
Okay, and we'll go with a half bottle for you.
I'll probably drink the whole thing. But anyways,
so wait, what happens if both of you lose?
Then
we get to pick what Aldo drinks.
I have the Rockies against the Indians.
Yeah, that got weird, but. We'll figure something out. That's
not salty.
We'll figure out this round robin. This
right. We just have a weird
competition. This tri-meet
double elimination bracket.
But the best part is, you, the listener, are gonna win no matter what, because one of us is gonna get shit rocked on the show, and it's gonna probably make it
on some weird drinks.
Yeah. So
we gotta do a skunk cup. For me, I just pour mystery. Whatever it is.
Oh, you don't want that.
No. I wouldn't even allow it to.
Well, that was so bad that both of your reaction was.
We never want that to happen to us.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that to you. That's disgusting.
Let's do that for you guys. If both of you guys' teams lose in the first round.
That's like the shit you did to your buddy when you were 17, 18 years old. You're like, oh, put that in the cup, see what he does.
That's what you do in college when you're just, let's do a mystery cup. Then.
Actually, because of that, I found out how good Southern Comfort and Dr. Pepper was. That's delicious.
What did we used to call that? Like amaretto sour?
Amaretto something? Underrated.
You had money for amaretto sour in college? Yeah. Look out for this guy.
Big baller.
Look out for this guy.
Meanwhile, I was drinking
Corona to the face.
Literally drinking like Fireball and 7-Up.
I was pretty sure.
I don't think they had Fireball when we were in college.
No, they didn't.
You guys are old.
We drank Beast, and Keystone was a delicacy.
Well, where you went to school, Keystone, definitely. I was in Florida, so a lot of it was a lot of Yingling, a lot of natural.
I just remember UV. Remember the vodka UV, and then when UV Blue, all the flavors came out.
UV bombs. Red bombs, blue bombs, green bombs.
I just remember Zimas in high school.
Fuck, dude.
Didn't they bring back Zimas recently, like last year?
They did. They tried to take like Sprite.
My mom loved Zimas. She would always ask, "Where are the Zimas?" I'm like,
dude, the girls back in the day. The girls back in the day would buy the 6-pack of Zimas and then the bag of Jolly Ranchers, and they would drop the Jolly Rancher into the Zima to give it a different flavor. It was like you were drinking a fucking bag of Skittles. But we used
that's what I was drinking tonight. It's terrible.
I swear to God, the vodka me and my roommate, shout out Smokey, used to drink.
Smokey.
Were you roommates with like a Fridays character?
Yeah.
The movie Friday?
He's actually from Jersey. He lives right by Rutgers.
Oh, jeez.
Me and him both made sure that we didn't have classes on Friday for 3 years straight. No class on Friday. And Thursday night was our night. We would go and we would scour the entire apartment for change and find enough loose change to buy a handle of Skull vodka and a 2-liter bottle of 7-Up. And then we would sit down and drink the whole fucking thing and play video games. And then adventures would follow.
I think there were adventures after that.
I think
I was blacked out on Skull vodka.
I think the equivalent of that was like getting Four Loko.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God they didn't have Four Loko. If they had Four Loko when I was in college, I'd
just shotgunning a Four Loko.
I would not
during
be
the
here.
pregame. It worked.
I would not be here if Four Loko was available when I was in college.
And this is Four Loko after they like made it safer.
Yeah, like the real Four Loko, not this
sanitized version
bullshit
they give you.
Did you guys ever see the? I don't know how we got to this, but we're here now, boys. We're not stopping. Do you guys remember there was actually a drink called cocaine?
Yes, I do.
No,
I do remember that. I never had it.
What was that all
Never
about?
touched it. Never touched the stuff.
No. Never had the drink.
Glad you're wearing sunglasses.
Never had the drink. No, but I drink a lot.
I did that unintentionally.
So
yeah, right.
I bartended at this bar in Central Florida, and me and my buddies, we loved sushi. We loved like going out and getting sushi and drinking sake bombs. And the hillbilly bar that I worked at, we actually one night we brought 2 bottles of sake back to the bar, and you remember how they used to have those pre-made bomb cups?
Yeah.
For Jaeger bombs, like you put the Jaeger in the middle, and then it was like floating in a ocean of Red Bull, and you would swing the whole thing. So we started doing that with sake though, and these hill rods fucking loved it. Huge. The owner of the bar was like,
we brought it to Central Florida.
Like, these are delicious. He's like, these are awesome. And of course, all the girls liked it. And they're like, these are fantastic. So the dude puts in an order, buys a case of fucking sake from behind the bar. And we started serving these things for like $5 a pop. Dude made a killing off this shit. That's my sake bomb story.
Sake bombs.
I still enjoy a good sake bomb. Got to do it right, though, with the chopsticks on the glass and then the little bomb cup. And then you slam your cup down, go, sake bomb. And then it falls down in there. It's awesome. Definitely don't make a scene, especially when you're in a sushi restaurant. Oh,
I think that was our best segment of the year.
Yeah, that was a good last segment. So,
hey, bring it home here.
And you're damn right. I'm not cutting this out.
I know you're not.
You're just gonna stitch it in at like various points. There was one time we were drinking sake bombs and played video games for hours.
So Chicago baseball might be dead. The show is definitely not. We've had a couple people asking us what we're going to do when the season's ending. Baseball, like all major sports now, is year-round. There's always something going on. There's always a free agent move. There's always something happening. There's always something to talk about. We'll be back next week to talk about what's going on in the postseason.
Who knows? Maybe Chili Davis gets fired.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be something to talk about. But if you have topics that you want us to discuss on this show and put our I'll go with unique viewpoint on it, we'll be happy to do it. DMs are always open if you want to remain private, or you could always just tweet it at us at PinwheelsIvyPod. All of our individual accounts are in the intro, whatever section, so you can.
In the bio, it's in the bio.
There you go. Bio, you can message us directly there. we're up. We're game. We're gonna be doing this though. We ain't going anywhere. So sucks for you nerds.
We got to rank MLB mascots next week with Philly Gritty coming out. The Flyers stealing your thing, Nuke.
Philly Gritty?
Yeah.
Did I not have that?
It was literally
a week
the next
before.
Day. Yeah, or like the week. Yeah, the week after.
I think you were right. It may have been like the week before. Philly Gritty.
Why did Philly make their mascot like a coked out Oscar the Grouch?
Literally broke the internet. Did you see the Kim Kardashian one? That was great.
All this.
And today was, and you know what? Philly Gritty did a little barstool pizza.
And even the first day when he was introduced, they did the whole, he slipped on the ice.
He fell on the ice.
Completely staged. Loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I didn't read that.
I mean,
it must have been.
Yeah. Must have been love. Anyways.
Philly Gritty.
Make sure you're hitting us up at Pinwheels Ivy Pod. Hit any one of us up individually. But we'll be back next week to discuss what's going on in the postseason. And I'll just basically say I'm right like 50 times in a row because all my predictions are going to come true.
Especially behind those shades.
Absolutely. So for Matanuco, Aldo Soto, I'm Matt Zawaski. Call me Zoe. That has been the Chicago baseball has now been laid to rest for the 2018 season. We will be back next week. This is the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. Smell you later.
Oh, I love that you went with smell you later. Oh, God.
He's really going to the White Sox.
Please no. Please no. I might be the only person who does